Hi, I'm J.R. Lyday, and I don't always watch SportsCenter, but when I do, I watch MHL SportsCenter. Good day.
And what's up, everybody? It's your host, Jim Flanagan. Welcome to another edition of MHL SportsCenter. We got the final games here for week number 3 in season number 8. 5 separate series here to recap. Whole bunch of highlights. You're watching SportsCenter, where we got recaps, box scores, video highlights, you name it. Let's begin here. First matchup. Blood, Sweat, and Beers taking on the Trust Fund Babies. Game number 1. Trust Fund's Babies score early here, 1-0 in the first, but the Blood, Sweat, and Beers put up 3 goals in the second period, take a 3-2 lead heading into the third period here. And then in the third period, though, Trust Fund Babies tie it up. It's 3-3, and they're going to send this game to overtime. X Daly with 2 goals, 1 assist. And then in overtime, though, it's going to be Blood, Sweat, and Beers who seals it here with the overtime game winner. And they win it 4-3 final. Blanco and Kuzi, as well as O'Brien on defense there with the other goals in that 4-3 finish. Game number 2. Trust Fund Babies up 2-1 after 2, but in the third period here, Kuzi of the Blood, Sweat, and Beers is going to tie it up 2-2, and then Kufumbo after that gives Blood, Sweat, and Beers the 3-2 lead, and that's how we ended here. Game winner for Kufumbo as the Blood, Sweat, and Beers win it 3-2 final. Kuzi had 2 goals, 1 assist. Kufumbo with 1 goal, 2 assists. And then the third matchup here, game number 3, Kuzi putting Blood, Sweat, and Beers up 1-0 in the first period. And then Kuzi once again in the second period here puts Blood, Sweat, and Beers up 2-0. But the Trust Fund Babies rally back here in the third. X Daly and Cycron scoring for the Babies as they tie it up 2-2, and we're going to have another overtime game here, and then finally in double overtime, it's Captain Hugh Laurie of the Trust Fund Babies with the game winner, and they win it 3-2, but they lose the series 2 out of the 3 games. Next matchup here, it's the Peter North Stars taking on the Sacrilegious Saints. Game number 1 here. Peter North Stars with a 2-0 lead after 2, and then period number 3 just gets ugly here. 6 goals, count them up, 6 goals in the third period, and it's going to be a 8-0 final. I believe we have one of the goals there by the Peter North Stars, one of the 6 goals there in that third, right there, feed from Jay Zaborski to the D-man. And they win it 8-0. M. Farrer with the shutout win here. Bill's 39 there for the Peter North Stars. He had a hat-trick, 3 goals, 4 assists. D. Mart with a hat-trick as well, 3 goals, 3 assists. And Jay Zamorski, 1 goal, but 4 assists. Moving on here, game number 2. Things go from bad to ugly. Game number 2. And quickly here, 4-0 in the first. Peter North Stars jump to a huge lead in the first, and they're going to win it here 10-0. 10-0 blowout. Another shutout win here for M. Farrer And every North Star player here scoring with at least one goal. Marty McFly, 1 goal, 5 assists. D. Mart with a hat trick here again. 3 goals, 3 assists. Jay Zamorski, 2 goals, 3 assists. And Hal Scotia, 2 goals on defense. Then, game number 3 here. It's going to be a sweep here. Peter North Stars just dominate here all 3 games. Game number 3, 8-3 final here for the North Stars. And it's going to be another hat trick here for D. 3 goals, 2 assists. I believe we have the hat trick goal here in that third. There you go by D. Mart. Just dangle, nice move there. Gets past the defender. Jay Zamorski had 2 goals, 2 assists. Marty McFly with 1 goal, 4 assists. And Hal Scotia, 2 goals, 1 assist as the North Stars take all 3 there. Let's head on here to another matchup. It's the Splintered Shafts taking on Madhouse on Madison. Game number 1 here. We're scoreless in the first, but then Madhouse go up 2-1 in the second, and then that's how we end it here. 2-1 final. Shafts taking a lot of penalties here. 7 penalties for the Shafts. NJ Ski and D. Mitch scoring a goal each here for Madhouse on Madison. Jayco with 2 assists. How about this? NJ Ski, 14 takeaways in that 2-1 final. Game number 2 here. Madhouse on Madison take a 2-1 lead in the first here. Tight game here once again. Meet the Assassin with some tremendous saves. Here's one of them late in that third period. NJ Ski coming on a breakaway, but it's denied by Meet the Assassin there as he tries to keep his team in it here. But no offense here going for the Shafts. And then it's going to be D. Stopes later on that puts the nail in the coffin here in the third period, which seals it. That made it 3-1, and that's how we ended. 3-1 final here. D. Stopes with 2 goals. The king in net there for Madhouse had 15 saves out of the 16 shots faced. And Jayco with the other goal. NJ Ski, no goals here, but 3 assists. And then the final match here, game number 3. Taz with a power play goal in the first for the Shafts here. That puts them up 1-0. And then Captain Siegel tacks on another goal in the second here for the Shafts. They're up 2-0. In the third period here, though, NJ Ski cuts the lead down to 1 with a goal. Makes it 2-1. But the Shafts are going to hold on here. They prevent the sweep. Meet the Assassin with 15 saves out of the 16 shots faced as the Shafts win it 2-1, but they lose the series here 2 out of the 3 games. Just a reminder, you're watching MHL SportsCenter here, which comes to you live Mondays through Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern. And then just a couple of minutes from now, we're going to head on over to the Flan Fan Show, the radio show on Moose Radio with Giant 918, Jim Flanagan, and Al McGraw. We're actually going to be without Giant today. He might call in. We'll see what happens. And then on the weekend, on Sunday nights, it's Moose Roundup. Check it out. Sunday nights, jam-packed video show with tremendous highlights, videos, and guest hosts there. Let's head on here. We got 2 series left here from last night to close things out here in week number 3. It's the Banana Show taking on the Bayside Tigers. Game number 1 here. The take a 2-0 start here in the first period. The Banana Show, though, are going to tie it up here in the second. It's 3-3 heading into the third period here. But a lot of crucial penalties here. 8 power plays here for Banana Show. Just a sloppy game by the Tigers, but somehow they managed to win it here, because in the third period, Tackle Dummy tacks on the game winner here as the Tigers win it. Ugly, but nonetheless a win. 5-4 final. Colladin with a hat trick here. He had 3 goals, 2 assists. WG Phil with 1 goal, 3 assists. For game number 2 here, Bayside Tigers take a 3-1 lead in the first here, and then just light it up here let it pour on. 10-3 final. Kaladin 4 goals, 4 assists. Saint Espone with a hat trick here. 3 goals, 4 assists for him. WG Phil with 2 goals, 3 assists. And Beirut on defense, the captain there, with 4 assists. Game number 3. Tigers up 1-0 in the first here. And then in the third period here, 5 goals by the Tigers. They take it here easily. 6-1 final. JoJo with a hat trick here. 3 goals, 3 assists. WG Phil, 1 goal, 4 assists. And Kaladin with 2 goals, 3 assists. And then the final match here, it's the Face Painters taking on Toucans of Whoop-Ass. Game number 1, Face Painters up 3-0 in the first, and they go on to win it 7-3 final here. Bainray God was taken out of the game for game misconduct right in that first period for the Toucans of Whoop-Ass, and Slightly Lit lighting up the scoreboard here. 4 goals, 3 assists. Seiler had 1 goal, 1 assist. Eric with 4 assists. Game number 2 here, changing net by Toucans of Whoop-Ass. Hollywood stepping in net here. The Face Painters go up 1-0 in the first here. But then Toucans of Whoop-Ass going to tie it up 2-2 in the second with a goal by Bainray God and Blue Bomber as they tie it up. Heading into the third period here, Toucans of Whoop-Ass just out shooting the Face Painters 24-7 shots on goal. But Golfer there, lefty goal painter, steps up big here. He had 22 saves, and the Face Painters somehow managed to win it here with only 7 shots. They win it 3-2 final. Seiler with the game winner here. He had 2 goals, 1 assist. Slightly Lit with 2 assists. Game number 3 here. I believe we have that goal by Seiler there in that third period. Forgot about that. There we go. That's the game winner. Off a rebound there. He picks it up in front of the net and with the backhand. That was the game winner. Game number 3 here. The final game. Face Painters up 2-0 in the first here, and they're gonna go on and win it here, 6-0. Shutout win there for lefty Golfer, but not facing much shots at all here. Only 3 shots on goal by Toucans. They're getting outshot here. How's this? 34-3 shots on goal. Slightly Lit with 4 goals. EWT Eric 3 assists, and Seiler 1 goal, 3 assists. So the games from last night. It's Jim Flanagan here, signing out here for week number 3. We'll have video highlights, the top 10 highlights for week number 3 later on this weekend on the Moose Roundup show. I'll see you guys on the Flam Fan Show here in about a couple minutes.